All right, here's the Bremont SuperMarine Waterman Apex 2. So about a year ago, I showed the first version. Now this is the version 2 of this limited edition model. Big thanks to Tyler and the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces, their authorized dealer for Bremont, as well as roughly 60 brands that they're authorized dealer for. So definitely give them a check. Link in the description, as well as direct contact information on how to get a hold of Tyler and tell him I sent you. So let's get right into this guy here. I measure this watch. I just measured it at the bezel because there's a lot going on with this case. So I just measured right at the bezel and I get 43 millimeter wide. The lug to lug is about 50.5. So roughly just over 50 millimeter. The thickness, it is a thick boy at 16.6 millimeter. And the lug width, I think I grabbed this right, 21 and a half. I don't know what's up with that. Is it actually 21 and a half? That's what I measured, guys. I measured 21 and a half millimeter. I don't know. Maybe it's 22, but I measured 21 and a half. The screw down crown is 7.5 millimeter. You can see it's signed with the kind of like Bremont wing logo there. This is a 500 meter water depth rating. You can see you have a helium escape valve over on the left-hand side of the case. Speaking of the case, check it out. We have a pretty complex construction here. Of course, you have this part here is DVD. So, quick note. Some of the videos, a lot of the videos you guys watch, I've made like 3 or 4 weeks ago. These videos I'm making more fresh after a break. So I'm a little off. So if you see me mess up or hear me mess up, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm not going to edit that stuff out. I'm going to keep it real, guys. So yeah, it's not a DVD. This is a watch case. This is DLC, black coated DLC. And then of course we have that mid case there with a nice arch to it, and then nice interruption of it. Kind of makes it look a little bit thinner when you interrupt that, you know, so it's not a slab or something. That's why you have these stripes. And of course the helium escape valve adds a nice dimension to it. And then on the crown side, you have that almost like bolted on crown guard there. Well, I'm sure it is actually bolted on. And then that great looking crown. The bezel here is 120 click, I think, right? Yeah, 120 click ceramic bezel insert. It is a unidirectional, oddly enough, even though it's a GMT style bezel. I would have liked to have seen a bidirectional, but that's just me. The movement inside is a obviously automatic 50-hour power reserve GMT, and it is a what most people would call a caller's GMT, meaning that like when we unscrew the crown here, nice pop to it, audible and tactile. When you pop it out in the first position, you will go ahead and jump the GMT 24-hour hand forward only. If you spin the crown the other way, it quick sets the date. So there's pros and cons to that. If you pull it out one more position, you can then adjust the time. The pros to this system is, well, just that, the quick set date option. Because if you have the Traveler's GMT, you have to use the hour hand to go all the way around and or backward or whatever to get your date. So for most people, this actually works just fine, including myself. I have both. I have the Caller's GMT and the Traveler's GMT, and I like them equally, both. I don't have a preference over one or the other. You may, and that is okay, and that might determine whether this watch would be for you or not. So, price point on this, we're a little over $5,000, guys. It's a luxury watch brand. It is a luxury watch. So there is that. Another really cool thing about this one, when you pick it up from Exquisite Timepieces, I'll do a close-up on the dial there so you can see that. When you pick this up from Exquisite Timepieces, you also, I might be like, you know, supplies limited sort of thing, but I was just reading it on their website. You will also get a Bremont flask. And I looked at, they have a little picture of it there. It looks like a miniature jerry can, you know, like for like fuel, or, well, often used for fuel on Jeeps or something like that. But sometimes you can use other liquids in there. Kind of a cool looking little extra bonus. These are, like I said, these are limited edition. There's only 350 of these. So if you're a collector, that might be relevant as well. Maybe you can try to find the best number option for you in that limited edition series. Here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Excellent fitted strap, extremely comfortable, and matches with the watch just perfect. Of course, we're going to do a loom shot now. That is also signed buckle there. And I like that they stuck with the same material for the keepers as well. Sometimes they'll do metal, sometimes they'll do the same materials. Some of these brands, I prefer them stick with the same material. It's just more comfortable. Let's turn off the studio lights and check the loom on this thing. Excellent loom. We have two different colors on the loom. I like that they paired up the green for the GMT hand, and the rest of it looks like a pretty healthy application of C3 Super Luminova. Thanks for watching, guys. Tell Tyler at Exquisite Timepieces that I sent you for the best deal possible.